we knew it was an area where we wanted to reduce labor, but we didn't like what was out there. So robotics seemed to be really about the only alternative that there might be. The other things that were available just seemed like more of what had not worked in the past.
I think it's wonderful technology. It is a very safe operation. Our employees are safe when they're working next to their new friends.
I just assume us be the only ones to have it sometimes, so sometimes I get reluctant about sharing what we're doing, but it definitely has a place. It has advantages in the labor force, and it's proven to be very beneficial for us.
It's something big, it's something that we definitely need in this industry.
Well, I view its place as a huge benefit in a lot of aspects as far as productivity and the rate of actually getting eggs out the door.
When I first saw them, when I first heard the idea of them, I wasn't impressed. I thought there was going to be way too many problems, and I've been blown away.
We are a very productive farm. We like to keep our percentages up. We like to see, our grader run at 100% and get as many eggs out as fast as we can with a good quality. And the machine seems to do that.
It is a much needed advancement. As in the industry, all industries advance, they need to either adapt to automation or they're going to get left behind.
We've had the quality control take samples off the robot, especially after we first put it in, and the samples that she were getting were 0 to 2% checks, and no breakage whatsoever.
When you have people packing eggs, depending on the mood of the people, depending on the machine backing up, people tend to be a little bit not as gentle with the eggs as they should be. Where with the smart packer, it's the same every time. It's consistent. It never throws the eggs. We used to get many retentions for impact checks, fresh checks in the pack, and 95% of that is the handling of the eggs being packaged into the case. And today, I don't know in the last 2 years that we've had them if we've had a retention for fresh checks.
I haven't seen hardly any checks. If there is checks, it's not from the robot itself. It's usually from the packing machine.
One of the things we liked about the robotics also, it was a consistent method of handling the eggs. Instead of, when a robot or a piece of machine is operating, it's running at the same speed or it's handling the same each time.
The way people treat the eggs or handle the eggs had a lot to do with what our customers would receive in the finished product. And cost of benefits, cost of turnover with employees, it was important to find a solution that would solve all three challenges in our industry.
We were looking at a way of eliminating labor out of our plants. We were trying to find a solution to even attracting people to come in and work 8 or 9 hours a day packing eggs was becoming more difficult.
We just based on our average throughput in the labor only, but our throughput's actually increased some, and the labor savings were there as well, so it's actually paid back a little quicker than we had originally projected.
As far as production goes, we've noticed a decrease as far as the amount of time it takes us to grade eggs with a smart packer in place.
We've been exceeding production records ever since.
Some of the benefits that I think of is the workman comp claims.
When you hand pack, it's grueling.
They always complain about their backs.
It makes it easier on everybody else. They're not trying to hurt themselves. I think we have less accidents that way.
When you pack by hand, your hands hurt, your shoulders, your legs, and with a case packer, it's just doing boxes, standing there, making sure everything's going in right, and that's it. You don't get stressed or your body sore.
With the Smart Packer, there's a lot less moving parts. You know, as far as our maintenance has been almost nothing.
If they break down, which is very rarely, honestly, it's the easiest to fix out of all the machines I have to deal with.
Well, I'm in charge of 3 different processing plants, and we have 5 robots in each. And when I go into the plants, I see the maintenance guys adjusting and tinkering with the equipment all over, but very seldom do I see them hanging in the robots, watching those run or adjusting those. It's other equipment in the plant.
When we first got the first Smart Packer in here, we compared it to another unit that also packaged cartons of eggs into a case. The other unit was bulky. I mean, it was big, twice the size almost of the Smart Packer. And the automation in it was so mechanical to where that the lifespan that we thought of that machine was far less than what the Smart Packer would be as far as a maintenance standpoint. And the Smart Packer absolutely outperformed it on speed and quality.
As a comparison, we decided to go ahead and look at one of the mechanical packers that was available. Of the two, there was one that seemed to be had a better chance for success than the other one. So we went ahead and brought into one facility and put the Smart Packer in the other. And after less than a week, there was a clear difference between what the Smart Packer was doing and the potential we saw in it and the potential problems that we saw with the more mechanical older system. So the comparison didn't last too long.
Okay, well, we've had some other ones in the past, other case packers, and they're garbage.
This thing blew that away the first day it ran. It is a fantastic piece of equipment.
We have not thrown anything at it that it hasn't been able to handle.
More versatile than I ever imagined. It can pack anything. It can pack 1 dozen, it can pack 18 count, it can pack flats, plastic, paper, any size case you can program it to pack.
The robots, day in and day out, they show up to work, they just keep going. Mondays with my other machine sometimes can be very chaotic because it decides it wants a long weekend.
The main robot, it looks, you know, when you see actually how many moving parts are on it, and it's very few. It's very few to get the same amount of work done.
When I first saw them at first glance, initially I thought, wow, these are complex, this is going to take me forever to learn. But I think any person out here could learn in a day the basics, and by day 2 know almost everything they need to operate one efficiently.
If I can learn it, almost anybody can. I like it. It works real well.
For the operational perspective, it worked really well for me.
Like sometimes I run it all day with no problems. Like we'll just put my boxes and we'll keep running and running all day, like with no problems. Nothing will break down.
To process a box changeover, you flip the switch when the Smart Packer adjusts, whether it has to adjust for the box or the program. I would guess a minute, if that, and that might be pushing it.
It's only we put the stop button and change it, and then put a green button, and the robot do it. They all have to do.
If you do have to change it, it's just simple little dials on the back. It's already numbered, and you just switch it, and it's ready.
It's nothing to think about. Like you like it. Like I know you like it because you want to do it better and better every day. You want to improve it.
You push a button and they go. You push a button and they stop. You open a door, and if you got to fix something, you open the door, and then you push a couple more buttons and away you go.
You just gotta change a couple of switches and make sure that the program on the screen is what you want it to be, and then you hit go and just start packing.
Well, if you did have a current crumple or open lid, something would, like a box or crunch or something, those you can change really quick. Those probably 5-10 seconds you can have that thing out of there.
If it's a pretty bad crash, it might take a couple minutes. But if it's a simple crash, just left the arm and pull the bags out and start over.
The people don't make too much tire, and I mean that's really easy right now to run the robots.
With 30 dozen, you should be able to at least run 4 by yourself.
I can operate four machines.
I think I could be able to handle 3.
That people feel more better now.
The Smart Packer is pretty much plug and play. You put it in place and it's ready to roll.
The case packers that we have now are just working great. So they've met and really exceeded our expectations.
The Smart Packer is very adaptable to different cases.
The Smart Packer as a cell, I would say it meets my expectations. It was easy to put in, easy to integrate, easy to get running.
We pack a case that's unique to the industry, and that being the 15 dozen case that's side by side.
You guys were able to figure out a universal head, and now that head, I witnessed it yesterday in Illinois. You know, we packed a plastic tray, we packed a pulp tray, we packed foam cartons, 18 count and 1 dozen, and foam, 18 count and 1 dozen, all with the same head. And really no adjustments.
We were packed with the CP10. This thing blew that away. The first day it ran, it just continuously ran.
You know, honestly, I don't know if there's anything on the robot that I would change right now.
We had some challenges with our in-feed conveyors, and were able to work with Smart Motion, and they designed a product that suited our needs perfectly. And tried that for a while on one machine, and then went with it on all 4.
And you know they just run. You know they very little downtime.
I can't overemphasize the importance of working together on projects like this.
Smart Motion has been very easy to deal with.
As far as meeting our customer demands, the support I've had from Smart Motion Robotics has been second to none. When I talk to them on the phone, they're very down to earth, understanding, knowledgeable in their field, and tried to stump them and never been able to.
You know, honestly, I don't think there's anything we've asked for that you guys haven't been able to provide.
I would recommend Smart Motion Robotics to people that are looking for a solution on our labor issues and current and potential ones.
Well, the robots don't come to work worried about sick children or worried about maybe what their husband's doing or what their wife is doing, and they don't get mad at their coworker, and so they treat the product consistently 8 hours a day.
So I think that since we get these robots, it makes our job a lot easier.
The plus is, you know, they're able to operate the machine pretty fast, get it going, so your production is going a little bit faster instead of a slow pace.
My favorite thing is that all I have to do is make cases.
So I think it's just really neat. My favorite thing is just the fact that it's just robots doing it. They just do the same thing over and over and over. They don't make mistakes. If the product's there consistently, they do the same thing.
Favorite thing? They don't talk back. No, they're silent. They're quiet. I like that.
The best thing I like about the Smart Packers are it takes less people to run the machine now. There's three less people per shift, which in turn is 3 less problems that a manager has to deal with.
The easeability of running the Smart Packer. And like I mentioned, it's like plug and play. I mean, it's so simple to run. As long as everyone's informed of what we're running and they have the switches right on the Smart Packer.
My favorite, I don't have to pack by hand. That's my favorite thing.
They are so easy to work there because we have only to put the cases inside the robot. We don't have to be packing and packing, and it's easier to work there. I like it.